it's too hot.
Hello, and welcome to episode something of the CPRW podcast. It's episode number, whatever it says in the title that you clicked on. Today, I am joined by Paul from B Sharp Promotions and ACA Booking, and Summers from Eat Defeat and Driving and Tour Managing your favorite bands.
ACA Booking,
and it has not been announced yet. I'm trying to be professional here. How are you both?
Yeah, same old.
I'm fantastic, Colin. I'm just about to delve into an organic ginger turmeric shot.
Wow.
I got it from Lidl. There we go. How are you, Colin?
It's an early one, isn't it?
I'm okay. I've been scribbling down notes this morning because I figured I should do something to prepare for this rather than just saying, come on at 11 o'clock. Yeah, so I wonder how this drink is now, though. How is your drink, Summers?
Oh, quite tart, but I know it's good for me.
That's okay then. And Paul's, I guess you've got coffee.
I've got coffee.
Even though you're in the New Cross Inn and there's all those bar, all that bar there for all that drink.
It's 11 a.m. I'm not doing this one with a beer.
No, the Bennies have a rule. Literally 11s is after 11 you're good.
Yes, should we
and it's a tremendous amount of restraint for that band.
Yeah.
That's true. Right. So today we're gonna do a Fest preview podcast. The three of us are going to Fest, which is I'm assuming everyone listening will know what Fest is, but if you don't, basically it's a festival, a punk festival that happens in Gainesville every year. It's been going since 2002. I've made notes. They started, there was only 60 bands. When I saw only, that made me laugh because 60 bands is a hell of a lot of bands. And there's only 4 stages and it was 2 days. Now it's like 300 bands or something ridiculous and loads of venues, and it's 3 days now and it's just massive. It's like a festival, I think. Like most bands, it's like a bucket list thing to play. And for most just punk fans, it's like a bucket list festival to attend. So yeah, it's a pretty big thing. Like, this is Paul's first time going, I believe.
It is, yeah. My first time on the East Coast, full stop.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's made you?
Fun.
All the scars traditionally West Coast, isn't it? So I tend to go there.
What about Big D?
Yeah.
Less than Jake.
Yeah, I was thinking, less than Jake, famously from Gainesville. Yeah. So what made you decide to finally go, Paul?
Line up. All the bad time not, basically. If that wasn't there, I don't know if I would have done.
Because when we originally we originally planned to go to like Fest 19, which should have taken place in 2020. A big part of that was because like the Burnt Tapes and Triple Sunday or Trip Sun now.
I think that was the original plan. I was like, I can't
not
see Tapes and Sunday out there. So that was correct. That was the decision for that one.
Yeah, because that's where now go on, Summers.
Well, I guess we'll get into this, but are there any bands from the UK playing this year?
Not many. Yeah, Russo's playing.
Yeah, Russo's basically American, though.
Yeah, Tim Holhouse is playing. He's from the UK, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's from South London way.
He's down the road from it.
Yeah, but there's not many this year.
I remember the year that I think Weather State were playing as well. But time makes fools of us all. Thanks, COVID.
But the Summers, Eat Defeat have played.
Yes.
How was that?
I think it was the best set we've ever played. As in for sheer fun. I like legit. I'm not gonna lie. Fest has never been anything I've personally been overly excited about. I think I'm
really glad you're on this then.
Yeah. It's like it was like not something we were massively interested in doing, and then we toured with Rehasher and we got talking and they were like, oh, you should come over and play Fest. I was like, yeah, okay. And then the lineup got announced and it was fucking bonkers, and there's like tons of my favorite bands, and we had the best set, like the most enjoyable set I think we've ever played. For me, anyway. I had it was incredible.
You think
It was
there's
like,
something like about like a fest crowd that just brings it? Like
yeah,
there's just
'cause
that excitement.
it's just like, I think especially for like it was a weird, I don't know if they're still doing this, but like the year we played, and I feel like the past few years, they just basically on the Sunday at Lucy's was just international bands. They like cordon us off on our own stage. So I think there was a really good energy, because I think it was the vibe that like a lot of people, like, this is the first and only time possibly they're going to get to see a lot of these bands, because it's a big deal to get to America and play
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, I do assume of every international band that goes, they are losing a lot of money to play that festival.
Oh yeah.
which is a shame, but also I guess it's one of those like a thing you like you can say you've done as a band.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where like, and I think it's I don't want to get on my soapbox. It's a dangerous precedent for some festivals, because I think some festivals do know that that's the case, and will be like, it doesn't matter if we don't pay you very well, because you're getting a free ticket and you're going to enjoy yourself. I'm getting too deep into this. It's
No, you're
sorry,
fine.
but
I tried-
yeah. I think
what you're alluding to there.
Definitely not a festival that we just went to like a month ago, I'm sure.
moving on. Fest
on.
was great and is great.
Fest is great. I was looking at the history of like some of the bands that have played Fest, and like you got like Against Me, Less Than Jake, The Descendants, Andrew WK, Jawbreaker, Me First, and the Gimme Gimmes. Then you got like Mastodon played it, according to the website, and then you got like
Whoa.
Stiff Little Fingers, and then randomly, the most random one to me is like Harbar Superstar. I think he played the first ever Fest.
No way.
Yeah, so the website says
He's got punk cred, because I think he used to. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He used to play trombone for Big D and the Kids Table back in 1978.
Neither of you going to know it, but I think that he did things with Atom and His Package, who's been a Fest regular over the years.
Nice.
So I think he's got like punk cred from pre-Harmar Superstar.
yeah, it was very early. When was Harbar Superstar like at his peak?
Mid 2000s, sure.
Yeah, because the first Fest was 2002, so it would have been around that time, wouldn't it?
I'm sure I saw him at Reading like 05 or something.
Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, there's a lot of big sort of bands who've gone through Fest, and that's just a small like bit I took from the website. There's loads more. So what else can we talk about? I've got my notes in no sort of order. It's just Colin's head going off on things this morning. Yeah, so one of my notes is this pen better? So that was when I was testing out a pen.
That's a good one.
This is how professional we are on this podcast, Summers. Yeah, so I guess like so before Fest, you've got there's a load of like pre-Fest stuff happening on the Thursday. I don't know why they just don't have an extra day of festival personally, because there's loads of shows going on.
Colin, can I tell you what I'm doing on the Thursday before Fest?
Oh, please do.
I'm going to watch Iron Maiden.
Oh, nice. Where are they playing?
In Tampa.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, not an official Fest show, surprisingly.
Is it not?
No.
I feel like that would cost more than Fest.
A little bit.
Yeah. But love Iron Maiden. I remember them, like I think I spoke about this on the podcast, was when I lived in Colchester. I was coming back from a gig in the summer. I went go through Liverpool Street, and it's in the summer. Obviously, London has loads of other like cool music festival things going on, of all the cool kids who like to film shit on their phones constantly and then play it on the train on the way back, and it's really annoying. So I'd had all these people got on the train with me, and then Maiden must have been playing at like the Olympic Stadium, and then all of their like fans got on the train on the way back, and all these kids just looked so scared, and it was wonderful, and they all were quiet afterwards. So I love Iron Maiden for that, because their fans are scary.
They're like they're the one band that I can think of that I've never seen that I want to see. So I'm like, there's an opportunity, I want to see them.
Nice. But so we talk about the pre-fest stuff. So yeah, so at Bo Diddley, they've got a show on the Thursday with Dikembe, Pew Pew Pew, Mustard Plug, and Iron Sheik, which is
Plug,
a great lineup. And then also on that night, these are two like official fest shows at where I've got a ticket for this. It's at Lucy's. They've got a band called Bonehawk, then Somerset Thrower, Lone Wolf, and Make War as that's like at the after party for the actual pre-fest, because pre-fest shows need an after party apparently. Yeah, so that'd be fun. Like we've got tickets for them, and I think that they've been really handy for like clashes at the main fest shows, because I can be like, well, I don't need to go see Mustard Blood twice.
Don't you?
You do.
Well, maybe, but if there's a chance to see a band I've not seen before, or Mustard Blood twice in the space of like a couple of days, yeah,
I did notice quite a lot of bands are doing 2 sets. I don't know if there's like special things about the sets, or it's just they're just playing twice.
I think a lot of the times some bands are doing an album show and then a regular show.
yeah, Menzingers definitely are out there because it's like 10 years of Impossible Past.
And Kill Lincoln, maybe, I want to say. They're doing 2 sets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw that. There's a few. I mean, like Anti-Flag. That's me being American. Anti-Flag.
Anti-Flag.
And they're doing 2 shows. I wonder if they're doing like a special
really?
anniversary show. And the Souls are playing a couple of shows.
Dopamines as well, but that's just Dopamines being Dopamines.
Yeah, that's very handy because that had when I was looking at the schedule, they clashed with another band I really, really want to see. So them playing 2 shows is very handy. They're both at like stupid o'clock in the morning, though, aren't they? The Dopamine shows.
That's the only time to see the Dopamines. They're not an afternoon band.
No,
I've got a good Dopamines memory. We arrived. I didn't actually get to see them, but it was Punk Rock Holiday whenever the Bennies played. We arrived at the set. We arrived at the grounds or whatever, the fucking site. And I saw Bjorn from Bearded Punk soaking wet, carrying like a bass guitar. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, the Dopamines, they threw this in the river, so I had to go get it for them. Classic.
I heard that story from Bjorn at Punk Rock Holiday this year.
Like they finished their last song, and then the bassist jumped off stage, just launched his bass into the river.
Yeah.
Bjorn went chasing after it. Didn't do anything sensible, like taking his brand new phone out of his pocket or anything like that. And when I bumped into him this year, I said, "You're still got the bass," and he was like, "It's on my wall."
Oh,
what a souvenir that is. That's cool. Yeah, because I've never seen the Dopamines, and like, because you had them at New Cross a few years ago now, and I was so excited. But that was also like the hottest day of that year, and trains decided to just die, and so we couldn't get there. And I was gutted, absolutely gutted. And I've been wanting to see the Dopamines for God knows how many years at that point. I'm still waiting. So finally we'll get the chance at Fest, which is very exciting.
It's all right for you because you won't get sucked into their party lifestyle. So when they arrived in London the day before the London show, they dropped all their stuff off. Then we went to a pub. They were staying with Burnt Tapes. I don't remember much after that. Those lads like a drink.
So I hear about. I mean, they're playing at like stupid o'clock in the morning, so I will be very sleepy because I'm not used to staying up past like 11 o'clock. And the way we're doing Fest is literally we're going to Florida for a weekend. So if there's any jet lag, we'll still be suffering from it during the festival. And
oh no, are you guys just flying in and out?
We fly on Wednesday, come home on Monday.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah.
If I see it, I'll just hand you a coffee wordlessly.
Yeah. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just we'll get there. We've got the Thursday to kind of sort ourselves out before going to all these pre-fest things.
You'll have a great time.
It'll be fine. Yeah, there's other pre-fest stuff going on there. I've got them all up on handy tabs. Where have they gone? So Smart Punk are doing an official pre-fest at the High Dive with like 15 bands or something ridiculous. And it starts at 5 o'clock. So I have no idea how that's going to work. But because that feels like that will finish at 6 in the morning with that many bands. But yeah, they've not announced all of them on this poster of the bands yet. So there might be more. But at the moment, they've got Cliff Diver, the Mikey Erg Band, Carpool, Virginity, Fever Sleep, Teenagers, Suck Brick Kid, who are really, really good. Catholic Guilt are coming from Australia. Hit Like a Girl and Goalkeeper. And there's like loads of other bands that have question marks. which
I've heard really good things about Goalkeeper. I haven't listened to them though. I just know a lot of people who really like them.
they're quite pop punk sort of sounding band. Yeah. They were supposed to come over for Booze Cruise this year, but obviously a lot of bands then didn't come over for Booze Cruise this year because the world's on fire. Yeah, so that's one of the pre-fest things. Then you've got, where is it? Another one that's happening in the backyard at Boca Fiesta and Palomino, which are the venue Fest use, which has got Strike Force Diablo, DFMK, who I believe are Mexican skate punky band, I believe. And then the Eradicator, who I'm really looking forward to seeing at actual like fest, who have lots of songs about squash and just are ridiculous. The man who wears a black balaclava and sings about squash.
Squash the drink or squash the game?
Squash the game.
That's good. Okay.
It's ridiculous, but it's so good.
I'm into that.
And they're playing before Dead Bars. They may clash with the Bouncing Souls or something. But I'd go see Eradicator. You've seen the Bouncing Souls this year. And Tilt Wheel are playing, who are like fest regulars, and then a band called Kudzu Wish, who I have absolutely no idea what that is, but that's a thing that's happening at the backyard. If you want to check that out. And then also the one final thing, this is happening in Orlando at Will's Pub on October 24th. It's a Foreign Descent 7, which is where they get a load of international bands to come play, I guess like their own little pre-fest thing for people traveling. And that's got Still Shaking from Norway, Menagramo from Italy, Talking Props from Chile, Catholic Guilt again from Australia, Trophy Jump, who are an incredible band from Croatia, I Like Ali from Italy, Lone Wolf from the Netherlands, and Gilham of Lost Love, who's from Canada. So yeah, there's loads of stuff to do before Fest even begins. I'm exhausted already.
And we're just going to the most obvious one of them all.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you could buy tickets for all the ones that are happening in Gainesville on that Thursday and just create your own extra day of Fest.
Yeah.
But because to wear yourself out that extra bit. But yeah, these all look like good fun though. It's cool that the bands are, because America's massive. I don't know if people know this, but America's huge. So it's nice.
Pretty big, Colin, you're right.
Yeah. So the first time we went in 2016. We did like a few days in St. Augustine and then drove up or down, I forget which direction it was, to Gainesville. And like Emma booked a car for it. And I was like, oh, we can just get a train. Because in my head, it was just like the UK. You'll get there in half an hour. It'll be fine. No, Florida's like the size of the UK. Mad. This was my first ever time going abroad. And it was quite eye-opening how small this little rock we live on actually is. Yeah, so that's the thing. So I guess we should talk about actual Fest. I say there's loads of venues. They've got Bo Diddley and Hartwood, which are two outside venues. So I guess they're easier to go see bands in because they're bigger. And then you've got a load of other, like you got Vivid Musical, I think is quite a big one. That's had a million different names over the years. High Dive and Lucy's are quite big one, or popular ones, and the Woolly, which I think is where they put all the international bands. Is that right? No, Lucy's.
Yeah.
I've been to some of these venues, but it was years ago. I was looking at some of the rules, what you can bring and can't bring into the venues, and my favorite thing you can't bring in is pets. You can't take your pet to Fest.
Oh, bullshit. All right,
I know, right?
Not anymore.
Which I saw that and it just made me laugh because I thought, why does this need to be on the website? Have people tried to bring in like a guinea pig to the festival before?
It was me.
Was it you?
I'm the reason they have that rule.
It tickled me that was a rule. You also can't bring in a gift for any of the bands if you're planning on that. That's a rule.
How do you no bullshit. How do you call that out? It's like, hey, let me check your bag. What is this?
Yeah.
It's like, is this yours or are you planning to give it to the band?
It's definitely mine. That's I don't know why that needs to, you also can't take coolers in.
Take what?
Coolers. For like coolers. So I guess it'd be like your drinks. You know the big boxes you take on picnics.
Cooler.
Coolers, yeah. There we go. There's some rules.
We're from different parts of the country, me and you, Colin.
We are. I am from sunny Essex. Yeah, so there's the things you can't take in venues.
Interesting. Good to know.
Or blankets as well. If you're in Florida, who needs a blanket in Florida?
Well, they're having a they've got a fucking hurricane at the moment.
This is true. So hopefully everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
I should probably say we're recording this 4 weeks in advance of the festival. So hopefully Florida will still be standing. And yeah, so anything we say that it could become out of date as well with how the world changes at the moment with bans, and Paul knows all about this.
Yeah, let's hope nothing happens to the Queen, you know.
Yeah. Got something to break to you, Summers. Yeah. So yeah, this part of the meeting's going to time out in about 8 minutes. So Summers, do you want to? We've got anywhere near this as well. Summers, any Eat Defeat news you want to share with us?
Well, Colin, I'm so glad you asked. Yeah, actually, just about an hour before the podcast, received a shipment with our Mark Bell designed new T-shirts and this lovely tote bag, which my partner Raf designed, which is actually my guinea pig. So hopefully, I'm allowed to take this into a venue at Fest. And we got new tapes. Remember tapes?
No,
we got tapes. We got merch. I'm actually. This doesn't have to be in the podcast. I'm actually just about to launch something called the End of Tour Store, which is going to be like leftover merch from bands on tour, and all of Eat Defeat stuff's going to be in there because we're never on tour.
That's a really good idea. For like bands who come over from.
Yeah. So I spent yesterday. I have like 4 boxes. I was just out with Slaughter Beach Dog, and I have a lot of their merch. And a quite large merch company and distro has recently had a lot of issues, which has left a lot of openings in the market. So I'm stepping in to give myself more.
And it's not like you have any previous with that company, is it, Andrew Summers?
The funny thing is I know like so many people who did work there, and I had to reach out to them to check the status of some merch, and like everyone's quit except for one person. Dan Powell from the Human Project still works there.
Wow. They've gone all pledge music on us.
I'm so sad about that Lightyear documentary.
Yes.
Wait, what? Is it cancelled?
The company holding all of our money, like I put in 50 quid, just ran off with it and folded.
Oh, I was really excited about that.
I think Summers spoke about it. This is really going off topic from what we're talking about, but never mind. I think your Summers even. Chaz spoke about it on the In Defense of Scar podcast, or he mentioned like I think he's hoping to use the footage and like, but it's just time and money, and I think Chaz has got a lot of fingers in pies at the moment.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully that will see the light of day at some point. People listening to
premiere
this,
at the New Crossing.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Anyone listening to this is probably a Fest person will have no idea who Lightyear are, will they?
I don't know. I mean, In Defense of Scar, Fest.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It all comes together.
Imagine Lightyear playing Fest. Or just
fun.
Lightyear playing anywhere in America. Will they get it? Will they have any idea that's going on?
They'll get arrested.
I want to see that happen. Let's try and make that happen. Who do we talk to? Yeah. So anyway, we've got 5 minutes. But Paul,
wait, isn't it you, Paul? Isn't that who we talk to?
Oh,
Leave it with me.
Cool, excellent. Paul, have you got anything you want to plug while we're here?
Nah.
No, nothing at all.
Go on, Paul. Plug Eat Defeat.
Yeah, Eat Defeat are all right. Well, you know, there's a load of gigs happening, and you should buy tickets for them because no one's buying tickets. So we're having to cancel more gigs than ever, or having gigs cancelled on us. So that's important. I'm a little bit too serious.
No, I
that's
agree.
as important. Yeah, buy tickets for all the gigs.
things are literally worse than right after COVID, which is bizarre because no one's got any money to all been dicked over. But if you have got £7, buy a ticket for something, please.
Yeah.
Like just from firsthand, the last two bands that I've toured with have both had members in the touring party who were in other bands who were supposed to come over with their other band and have cancelled their tour.
Because they probably realised it's pointless right now.
And nobody's selling tickets. Nobody's buying tickets, I should say. And shows have been cancelled. Things are rough. Buy a ticket.
Yeah, buy tickets. Buy all the tickets.
Even over summer, the good gigs like Direct Hit was good, but it would have been better last year because the crowd would have been doubled. And I think it was our lowest selling Authority Zero show out of the 5 we've done. But nothing's changed other than no one's got any money and people buying tickets less.
To be fair, a lot of your Authority Zero people were also at Punk Rock Holiday that week.
The date change didn't do us many favors.
Nah.
But yeah.
But okay, yeah. So I'll end this part now, and we'll be back in a minute once we all rejoin the meeting again, and then we will talk more about Fest, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So see you in a second. How do I stop recording? Where's the button? There it is. Hello, we're back after that very, very brief interlude. Yeah, we're talking about Fest, honest. So there are like, I think 350 bands or something ridiculous playing Fest this year.
And Colin's going to watch them all.
I have done my schedule. I've gone way too detailed on it and like worked out distances between venues and what time exactly I have to leave to get to the next one. And I'm sure within 2 bands, it will all have gone horribly wrong.
I'm not even looking at the lineup. Just like, I am going to watch who I'm going to... There's one band I really want to watch and everything else, I'm just going with the flow.
Who is this band?
I really want to watch Devon K and the Solutions. Because Devon's wonderful. We just toured with Direct Hit. And then I'd never listened to them before, but then after we toured them, I was like, I'm going to check out Devon's like solo thing. And it's fucking awesome. Like the album they released this year is like amazing, really good. I really want to see that band live. There's a lot of other bands I love and I'm probably going to watch, but I'm just like, I'm not planning anything.
I wish I could be like that. I wish I could go with flow. With Devon K, like I've like listened to a few of his albums over the years, and they always seem quite varied in the sound and like the style they make, which I quite think's really cool. Like they don't seem set on one particular genre of music.
I just like I got on with Devon so well on that tour, and I think we really bonded over most of our favorite albums by the bands that people really like are like the polished sellout major label albums. We bonded over, we both love We're Not Happy Till You're Not Happy by Real Big Fish, which a lot of people don't like.
I like that album.
It's such a good album. And I feel like a lot of that is in what Devon's doing. It's less ska. It's more just like kind of emo power pop with horns. It's really good.
I could tell you when they're playing. I've got the Clash Finder up, assuming it doesn't change.
Because I think they're playing 2 sets, right?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. Oh, there's so many bands. I will tell you when they're playing.
Come on, Colin. Tell me who they clash with.
They are playing at 5:30 on the Saturday at Hartwood. They clash with the Homeless Gospel Choir.
Oh.
Paint It Black. And I guess they're the bigger ones they clash with. And some other bands that are also. I mean, they clash with Suck Brick Kid, who I'm really looking forward to seeing.
I've got Dissidente and Thirsty Guys back to back during that time.
They don't clash with Thirsty Guys, do they?
Yeah, they do. Direct, direct clash.
No, that fucking sucks. I really want to watch Thirsty Guys.
This is why you should do a Clash Finder Summers.
Are either of them playing 2 sets? Come on, Colin, save me.
And Devon K and the Solutions are playing I'm guessing this is a cover set of Solutions Jukebox Party Hour.
Interesting.
And
that can I tell you, like, the other band that I was really excited to see with Thirsty Guys, so that's truly upsetting. There's literally 2 bands I want to see in the clash.
I'm
I-
really excited for Thirsty Guys. I love their album.
It's so fun. Like we did on the tour we did around Fest, we got to play 2 shows with Thirsty Guys, and also most of the guys are in the Best of the Worst as well, who are also fantastic. So we hung out with those guys a bunch. Joe is an insane human being. I don't know if you they posted a video recently of Jason, the bass player, axe kicking Joe's keyboard off the stage. They're a very good live band.
I'm so excited to see them.
I can't believe they clash. I'm gonna have to reckon with that.
You know what I really hope that they play. We're not playing Fest first, and then just don't play any other songs. They just leave.
I could see that happening.
If they just walk off the stage and then come back on again, just kidding. I think that would be funny as hell. Yeah, that's on Saturday as well. They're Thirsty Guys. They're playing High Dive at the same time as Devon K. I think you get 10 minutes looking. Oh, it's so small. There's so many bloody bands. How do I zoom in? Yeah, Thirsty Guys finish at 18:10. So if you're quick, you can do a bit of both.
Where's that High Dive and
High Dive and Heartwood. I think Heartwood's a bit out of the way.
Yeah.
When I was looking at the map.
We'll figure it out on the day, Colin.
I'm sure they have scooters in Gainesville. They have scooters everywhere these days.
They don't.
Skateboard. You're not allowed to skateboard in venues.
I'll
That's
get
another
Ralph to
thing.
drive me.
Yeah, who are you looking forward to, Paul? I've seen your Clash Finder. You've got bands. You've done some work.
I will be in the same place all day on the Friday, so that's nice and easy.
What's happening in there? Is that
Scar.
That
That's my
is,
guess. Is it Scar?
that is some stuff. That is Joystick into Jer, into Catbite, into Kill Lincoln, into Mustard Plug. Might watch a little bit of Bouncing Souls, then back for Pie Tasters. And then the late night party set somewhere with dopamines and copyrights. That'll do.
I hate to explain this to you, Paul, but dopamines and copyrights are playing different venues. You're going to have to do some walking.
It'll be fine.
Oh, wait. Broadway Calls are playing, right?
Yeah, Broadway Calls are playing a couple of times.
I want to see Broadway Calls.
I think they're doing a couple of sets.
Hell yeah, baby.
I'm very excited for Against All Authority and Suicide Machines back to back. That'll be quite something.
I'm excited for Against All. That's one of those bands I never expected to get the chance to see.
Yeah, out of the non-bad time bands, I think Against All Authority, the only band on the whole thing that I've not seen before that I'm going to see, because you know me, I'm just going to see bands that I've seen before or bands my friends are in, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, I think I'm going the other way of just making the most of the opportunity to see bands that are very unlikely to ever come to the UK, especially not anytime soon.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at what Paul Smith can engineer.
I mean, he got Goldfinger to New Cross, so I believe this man could do anything at this point. I'm
really excited to forget how much I love Anti-Flag and like turn up to Anti-Flag set and just be like, I guess we'll go watch Anti-Flag, and then just be like, oh, every single song they've ever written is amazing. What a great band.
Consistently, probably the best live bands in the world.
Awesome. And I never like realized how much I love Anti-Flag until I'm watching Anti-Flag.
So I saw them do a co-headline with Bouncing Souls in Southampton right before Punk Rock Holiday, and then saw them again at Punk Rock Holiday, and I could have seen them the next night as well.
Yeah, happily. So good. So many big tunes.
But ironically, not on my Clash Finder.
You've had enough.
They're not on mine. I'm going same with the Bouncing Souls and the Menzingers, bands I love, but I know I saw Bouncing Souls and Anti-Flag at Punk Rock Holiday. I'm seeing Menzingers in a couple of weeks at the Roundhouse.
Yeah, I'm going to be seeing Menzingers about 17 times because I'm on that tour.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if I'll watch them at Fest, but I might.
But yeah, so like I'd like to see them, but I also feel like I've seen them because when we went to Fest before, we went 2016, which would have been Fest 15, and I think I spent too much time seeing bands that I have seen lots of times before. Then I was looking at the T-shirt like a couple of months ago, looking at all the bands I know now that played that I didn't go and see, which I could have.
I'll never do that.
Never do that. It's like I had like Leeds like 2004. With like, it's just amazing looking at the smaller stages and just like, oh, look at the fucking, was it the Concrete Jungle stage?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, look at all these bands that I didn't watch. Never go
I
back.
always watch the punk bands, but I never saw like the bands that have become future main stage headliners opening the tiny little like
Yeah.
new band stage or whatever. Instead, I was just watching Lightyear for the 100th time.
Oh, they were fantastic though.
And no Lightyear set is ever the same, so you can see
Let's just
100
talk about
different
Light.
Lightyear.
Let's just pivot up and just talk about Lightyear.
It happens a lot. Now, after we record this, I'm recording a preview for Tilderfest, which will already have been out for everyone listening to this, because we're going out of sequence. And yeah, Lightyear are playing that, and that's going to be my afternoon, talking about how much I love Lightyear. But yeah, there are other bands playing Fest. Fest. This is what we're talking about, right? So I've done a little list because I'm organized and a nerd, and so I've put 3 for each day that I'm really looking forward to that I thought you guys won't mention. So, but you might want to know about if you've not got them on, like Lightweight playing quite early on the Friday at one of the venues, which is called, where's it gone? Oh, they're playing Lucy's. They're kind of from California. I feel like this band are going to be huge, and I feel like you should get in touch with them, get them on ACA early, because I think they're incredible. They're like an indie pop punky sort of band. It's got kind of remind me of like a cross between like Forever Unclean and Nowolves. Really cool band. And
Who do they clash with for me?
Who do they clash with? No one. They're on just before Joystick.
Ah, interesting.
I'll say no one. They clash with Moonraker a bit, which is a shame. But I saw Moonraker already this year. Moonraker also really good. If you like the Lawrence Arms, you'll really like Moonraker. And the band called Ratakin, who are from Florida, who I discovered when we were supposed to go to the last festival and we couldn't because the world was on fire. Like raspy vocal kind of band. Their album they released last year was one of my favorite of last year. Really cool band. And also a band called Heart and Lung, who are on Red Scare. So obviously they're good because Red Scare only put out good bands. They just got that sort of pop punk classic fest sound. So there's 3 bands on Friday you might want to check out. Write them down. And then, shall I go through the other days? Might as well. I've written it down.
Go on then.
So Dollar Signs, who...
Go on then.
Go on
if
then.
you must.
Go see Dollar Signs and also get them on ACA. Bring them over for me, please.
Is this a pitch meeting, Colin?
Yes.
This is entrapment.
Yes, it is. I mean, this is the most text messages Paul gets. I really like this band. Bring them over.
Do you know what? I tried to get Dollar Signs and they didn't come over anyway. What time are they on?
Dollar Signs.
On my list.
They are on Heartwood first. They're on before Pew 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 on the Saturday.
Oh, are they?
They are.
Oh. It's between them and Bad Cop, and I've seen Bad Cop a few times, so maybe I'll join you for Dollar Signs.
I would. Yeah, and they're like, if you don't know, I think like most people should know Dollar Signs, but if they're kind of the way I describe them as they're like Jeff Punk, but better.
Jeff Punk.
Jeff Punk. Rosenstock. I mean, I love Rosenstock, but I think their album they released last year is like that, or more like Bob the Music Industry kind of sound, to be fair. But yeah, it's just really good. Like it's just chaos. I really want to see it live and see how it works live. So I'm excited for them. And the band called Night Marathons, who are like one of those bands who came up on so many playlists I listened to. And like, what is this? This is good. And then I'd forget about them, but then I actually took the time to listen to them. And they're everything I want in a band, i.e. they've got lots of gang vocals, which is all I want in any band ever, gang vocals. So
we're not allowed to do gang vocals.
Oh, you're not? Why don't you do gang vocals? There's loads of you in Eat Defeat now. Is it?
Our producer won't let us.
Get a new producer.
He let the Human Project. I shall be having words.
Yeah. Get a new producer. Get one that'll let you do them. And then also like Amberetta, who I think are the most underrated punk band in the world. Like they were on Lookout a million years ago, and they just had this really good, catchy pop punk thing. And they released an album this year, which is incredible. And I've been wanting to see this band for about 20 years. And I'm finally getting the opportunity. So that's exciting. I was a bit like, because they clashed with the Dopamines on one of the days, I think. I might be wrong. They clashed with someone cool. And can't see it on this list now. Maybe I'm making it up. But yeah, they had a horrible clash, and that got changed, I think. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And then on the Sunday, there's 3 bands. You got Bumsy and the Mutures, who are opening one of the stages, who are a new ska band. I think they're the only ska band playing the Sunday.
All of they are they on your list?
They start at like midday on the Sunday, so I don't think Paul's going to be alive. I'm
going to be all kinds of PBRs by that point, mate.
You'll be fine then. Yeah, they just released an album called Diet Violence. They're just a really good, fun ska punk band. I think one of the few ska punk bands that aren't like associated with Bad Time playing as well.
Yeah.
So they're really cool. Then Sunday is also Captain Arsehole Day.
Good lads.
So I can't wait for that. I love that band. They're probably my favorite band in the world at the moment.
Can I have a time for Captain Arsehole, please, Colin?
Could I take a pee, please, Colin?
They are at 4:00 on Sunday at Lucy's after Mystery Band.
So out of pure laziness, they didn't make it to my list because I'm seeing a load of bands back to back at Vivid Music Hall, apparently.
I'm looking at the list for Vivid Music Hall on that day, and it is ridiculous. It got
because when they did the day splits originally, I was like, oh, Sunday doesn't look like it's much for me. But then I've got Sam I Am, No Trigger, Tsunami Bomb, War on Women, Make War, Avail.
Can we
doing Kiss? Come on.
Can we detour ever so slightly just to focus on No Trigger? Have you guys heard the new No Trigger album?
Yes.
No.
What do you think?
I love it.
I fucking love it.
It's more poppy than I was expecting.
It's so fucking out there. It's so fun.
I love the ska song. It's just an Operation Ivy.
There's a ska song, Paul. Yeah.
I mean,
sounds like fucking Zebrahead.
Yeah, it does.
I'm back out.
No, it's really good. Really good. They played it at Punk Rock Holiday.
Yeah,
I remember enjoying their set immensely.
Really, I'm pretty excited. I'll definitely go watch No Trigger again.
They're so cool. Yeah, what was I? And then one last one for the Sunday is the Holy Mess. I'm really, really excited for because they broke up years ago, and I felt like they'd be one of those bands that don't ever do any more shows, but they are, and I'm very excited to see them again. I saw them. They played the Electric Ballroom. They opened for like Menzingers and Smith Street Band, and for me, they stole the show. I feel like a lot of other people probably didn't, and they probably had no idea who they were because it's a Menzingers crowd. But yes, I'm really excited to see them. And they clashed with so many bands when they first did the Times and whatnot. But they're clashing with the Jukebox Romantics Kiss cover set, which I also really want to see because I think
Paul,
that's
in your wheelhouse right there. You must be going. Your dad would never forgive you if you didn't.
Yeah, no, it just got to be done. I think it fits in quite nicely as well. Yeah.
I'm gutting them. They just put out or released a T-shirt. I don't know if it's a mock-up or one they're actually going to do of like the Jukebox Romantic Kiss T-shirt, and it looks incredible. I love the Jukebox Romantics as well. They're playing at some point in this festival. Obviously, I'm not going to try and find them. There's so many bands on this page. But they're just the most fun band to watch. They're, I think, a very good festival band, even if you don't really know their songs. So I'm really I love it.
Can I tell you, Colin, for the first time, I'm looking at the fest lineup.
Oh.
I know there's definitely one band I would like to recommend you go see, even though I've never heard them.
Okay.
There's a band called Oh the Humanity. When do they play? My friend Kyle plays in them, and he's wonderful.
Oh, I do know that band.
I don't think I've listened to them, and I really should, but I love Kyle a lot. So
they are playing on Saturday at the Backyard Place at the same time as Jukebox Romantics, 4-ish.
The Kiss cover set?
No, Kiss cover set is on the Sunday at the same time as Holy Mess.
I gotta go see my boy Kyle.
They are 4 till 4:30.
I see it. Noted.
I can't wait to finally see Omnigon. That's one of my reasons for going full stop at this point, because Adam Davis is the greatest.
To do what, sorry?
To see Omnigon.
Oh, Omnigon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
super excited for them.
Brent's playing with them, right?
Possibly, who knows? He often does.
I hope so.
I mean,
Also,
maybe this-
Have you? I recommend as well if anyone ever. There probably isn't going to be any downtime, but on the it usually happens on the Sunday. I think Fest Wrestling is super fun. If you have like a gap in your schedule,
yeah, I think if I do have gaps, I'll mill around.
It's
watch
pretty
some
fun.
wrestling.
I think they've got comedy as well at some point as well, haven't they? Got some comedy
Yeah.
stuff going on. Chris Geffard, he's a comedian, isn't he? Yeah, that's at the
Yeah.
High Dive on Sunday. Joe Sib.
oh, Chris Farron's playing as well. Love Chris. I'll probably go watch Chris. I'm
Loads
just
of,
working my way through here.
there's a lot of bands playing some.
Yeah, Jesus.
You've probably worked with, I feel like, a good 25% of this lineup,
This is almost too many bands.
right?
Such gold are playing. Cobra Skulls. All right, I'm gonna close this now.
It's almost like it's the job that you're going.
Look, I have my reasons.
Fest Wrestling is happening on the Saturday at the Vivid Music Hall.
Oh,
It's in 3
interesting.
parts. It starts at 2 and ends at 5. For some reason, there are breaks in between, 10 minutes. Yeah. That's quite a cool thing about Fest. I think they have got these. I think there are a lot of wrestling fans in like the punk community, aren't there? And so it's a nice, different kind of thing you could have at the festival. Like, can't imagine MPF doing something like that. Say,
I wouldn't put it past him.
no, I wouldn't put. We'll get involved. We'll make it happen.
I mean, Tree's a pretty big wrestling fan, isn't he?
is he? Ah,
Trey would be a great wrestler.
He would. Yeah.
so already
Might
got.
need to get on. Might
Writes
need to bulk
itself.
up a little.
Oh, Devon's. So that's it. Yeah, I'm looking at the comedy stage. Devon's actually playing the jukebox party hour is a part of the comedy stage. I think he plays after like all the comedians. Interesting. Oh yeah, like Kyle Kinane. Noted.
See, loads of stuff going on.
Oh, I've actually somebody. In fact, Raph, my partner, recommended Zeta.
Oh, they're like a hardcore band, aren't they? Have I made that up?
They're from Venezuela.
Ooh.
I'll read the bio. Oh God, nothing about this appeals to me, and I'm beginning to doubt the entire foundations of my relationship. Not really. Zeta is a collective art piece. Is the first sentence. Punk, psychedelic, post rock. I don't know. I'll probably end up watching them. It'll be fun. I'm sure. As you were.
That feels like that's happening at Bo Diddley, which is
They opened Bo Diddley, I think.
it's an outside stage, and that feels like the kind of thing that would work better in a small, dark room
Yeah, I don't
rather
know.
than the Florida sunshine.
I'll report back.
Please do. So I remember
They might need tons of space if it's all like immersive art based.
It could be like it looks like there's like 12 of them as well. So also Max Stern and Signals Midwest, of course. Go watch them.
thinking about
I know Ian from Slaughter Beach Dog / Modern Baseball is playing bass for Max, which is lovely because he's lovely. I'm excited.
I've just seen on the thing that I had Clash Finder. I hadn't noticed before. Mike from Pew 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 is playing an acoustic set. That'd be good fun.
I think I'm contractually obliged to watch everything that they do now, seeing as they've joined the ACA club now.
They are clashing with No Trigger and Tsunami Bomb.
Sorry, Mike, it's what it is.
Tsunami Bomb were my favorite band as a teenager.
Now, I'm looking forward to seeing Avail for the first time in 21 years, because I remember them being awesome at Deconstruction 2001. So I'll go see if they're still good.
Fucking Deconstruction 2001. Was that Less Than Jake?
No,
Like Pitch Shifter.
You're thinking that wasn't even Deconstruction, my friends.
I'm thinking of something else.
That was Extreme Festival.
It was a better time.
Less Than Jake, Pitch Shifter, and Voodoo Glow Skulls together at
There you
last.
go. What was Deconstruction then? Was that, did No Comply do that?
That was in the worst arena ever made, like Docklands Arena, doesn't exist anymore. But it might do just for ice hockey. There's Lagwagon, Pennywise, Avow, Bouncing Souls, Snuff, Cut Down, Catch 22, and some others. Like when I was 17, dream lineup, first time seeing more or less all those bands apart from Snuff and Cut Down.
What's your favorite Catch 22 album?
Gainesville, because I do it better than Streetlight. Let's not get into that.
I agree.
Anything that isn't Dinosaur Sounds is wrong, by the way. Or Permanent Revolution.
Duly noted. They should come back over.
When was the last time they came over? Just to go off on a tangent.
Slam Dunk. They did.
Slam
I
Dunk,
remember
yeah.
they shared a bush with JB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did a nightliner. I went to the London show, which was weird as fuck. It was at the Barfly for some reason. It was a fiver room for some reason. JB did a kind of acoustic full band thing for some reason. And then Catch 22 went on stage at midnight and played to 15 people. And I've got no idea how that came about.
That doesn't sound like the best booking I've ever heard.
Imagine what would have happened if I'd put them on.
Imagine
There would have been 25 people.
people hanging from the rafters.
Yeah.
Oh, Timeshares are playing, right?
Yeah, I think so. They just released a new album, haven't they? I feel like I
know,
saw that in the news.
I just know Max from Signals plays in them as well, so I'm going to watch him. I'm just going to hang out, guys.
It's chill.
I just want to see my friends.
See all his mates he's been on the road with.
There you go.
So much stuff in here that I didn't even notice. And I think I felt like I studied this hard. I spent a lot of time looking at this Clash Finder. I think I've listened to nearly every band that are playing. I had a spreadsheet.
I like the band name Too Many Daves.
Oh, I'm going to see them. I'm excited for them. They're cool. They're like a really like drunken mess of a band. That kind of sound. And
their promo photo is pretty fun. Do you think I've got to know what their names are, really? Do you think there are multiple Daves in the band?
Or it's
there might be a too many zoos covered band.
It's just a rebellion against. There are too many people called Dave. We're not having this anymore.
Finally, we're pushing back.
Yeah, all these Daves. Yeah, so basically there are a hell of a lot of bands playing this festival, and I'm excited for most of them. But let us know in the comments who you're looking forward to. That's how you get people to see things. Algorithm, comments. It's a thing I've learned. So lots of bands playing. Any like survival tips you think for like getting through the festival without dying? Because
have a partner that lives in Gainesville.
I'll ship Emma out there. I'm glad she doesn't listen to these. She's got sense. She only listens to Critical Role now, so it's fine.
Oh, she's into D&D. Oh, we got stuff to talk about then.
Emma is obsessed with Critical Role, and every Friday she just doesn't talk to me and has headphones on and listens to like a 4-hour podcast of people playing a game.
Raf is also very. I don't think they're into Critical Role that much, but very, very a lot of D&D podcasts.
I don't fully understand it, but what makes her happy? But survival tips, I would say eat and drink water. These are my tips.
Good work, Colin.
Respectfully ignore both of those things.
Yeah.
Regret it each and every day.
Make sure you go. There's a place called Flacco's, which does very good food. Recommended. Go to Flacco's. There's also
what kind of food?
I want to say I don't think it's necessarily Mexican. Definitely like South American, Central American, like arepas, like burritos, enchiladas, stuff like that. It's good. It's
When
good
we went
food.
before, we went to a Caribbean place that I cannot remember the name of. I don't know.
Is it Reggae Shack?
Yes, that sounds about right.
There's definitely a place called Reggae Shack.
We went there.
which is
That was
also
really
pretty
good. That was one I saw a lot of people getting very excited about. So
There's also a Mexican chain called, I think it's Tacobal. Tacobal? It's TACO Bell.
Okay.
You still on that one, Paul?
Paul's catching up.
Also, a popper top is super fun. It's like a little like corner store that does like some. You can get like nice like little craft beers and stuff like that. It's cute.
Noted.
One for Colin there.
Yeah.
Teetotal Colin. Also, I'd reckon if you're going outside, put sunscreen on because Florida's quite warm, I hear. And my head is drastically thinning, so
Get a hat.
get a hat. I had one for Punk Rock Holiday. I was sensible.
I've extended out into bucket hats to protect the neck and head and nose.
So that's why I went wrong at Slam Dunk a couple of years ago, where I had a hat on, but my neck got horrifically sunburnt, and
You got to protect your neck.
I feel like there's a Catch-22 lyric. No, I lie. It's OC Supertones. It protect your neck. So there's a hip hop bit. I'm not going to even try and do it. But
Rap Colin, god damn it.
no, I can't be doing that. That's I'll offend someone with how bad it is. I feel like there's other survival tips I usually say in other like festival podcasts, but because like this isn't a festival we frequent, don't know them. I guess
no camping or anything. It's fairly straightforward, I should imagine.
Sorry,
No camping or anything involved.
Yeah, the vibe is pretty similar to like MPF.
yeah,
But you're in a city center.
yeah,
It'll be
and
fine.
it's
We'll
just
wing
good.
it.
It'll be full of like punk kids because like they have the festival that weekend because all the football people leave town to go. Is it Jacksonville they go to? Maybe.
Don't know exactly. Go Gators.
Go Gators, yeah. I've been looking at the website for things you can do, and there's a nice park I saw. You could like on the Thursday if you're before the Priest Fest shenanigans.
Oh, is that a Depot Park?
Depot Park, yeah, that looked really cool.
Nice.
And there's loads. They've on the website. They've got loads of stuff you can do whilst you're there. You can go tour the Florida University campus if that's the thing you want to do. There's a fake alligator. If you're in St. Augustine, actually, there's a really good alligator park we went to when we were there before. They have albino alligators. That's an actual thing. There we go.
Whoa.
They look really cool. Yeah, there's loads of stuff you can do. Go on the Fest website and there's loads of stuff. There's a record shop called Here Again Records that no doubt I'll go and spend some money in at some point because I like records and it's a thing I buy. Also, actually, yeah, at registration, they have like the Fest flea market as well, which is like a really cool
Oh, yeah.
thing. You can go and buy stuff. And I think they have records and stuff, but I think they also have like zines and stuff that support the local community. So that's a thing to check out when you're doing registration. Yeah, also, one last thing, and then I'll wrap this up because I think we've previewed this reasonably okay. And I'm getting quite hungry for lunch, if I'm honest. And what was I going to say? Oh, it's gone out of my head now. I made a joke. What was I talking about just 2 seconds ago?
The flea market.
Flea market. Oh, it's gone. I'm going to remember.
Paul, how do you feel about lizards? Paul.
I'm fine with lizards, but they're
Oh, you get the little tiny ones, don't you? Knocking around.
That's the weirdest thing about Florida, just lizards everywhere.
The thing
Hot tip.
I've been around. I've seen some wild things that aren't issues for the UK.
Paul's been outside.
I've left the country.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Oh, the thing I've remembered. So I think this is more for international people rather than people who live in America. That you'll get ID'd a lot. Take your passport with you everywhere, even if you look like you're 50. Take your passport.
Oh, also, I remember the thing about Fest. Get used to having fucking 15 wristbands because every venue has its own wristband to get in.
Yeah, I remember that from
It's a lot.
The time we went before. Then I didn't realize the next day they give you a whole new bunch of them. So after the first day,
so unnecessary.
Take the first lot, especially because I'm going to be doing a lot of venue hopping because I'm an idiot. So yeah, I expect to I'm going to have one tanned arm and one just pale arm, just because of all the bit of paper that's around this one. Yeah, so that's
On
the
the,
thing to remember.
On the ID thing, do you reckon that we should all go full Dave Gorman and get our ID tattooed on our arms? If you get that reference,
I do get that
Shit,
reference.
I've just had a flashback. Yeah.
we should do that. That's some fucking old school stuff there.
That is a reference from like 20 years ago, probably.
Showing all of our ages there.
I have the wrong birthday and a stranger's face tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, I feel like that's also, if there's anyone American listening to this, they're going to have no idea what that means.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm going to see Dave Gorman next year. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, there you go.
In
Nice.
Milton Keynes, I believe. I
Oh
think.
God, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I think that might clash with that Toasters gig that I had tickets for from last year that I got an email about yesterday. Oh fuck, I have to check that.
But no refunds. You had a 90-minute refund.
Oh no.
All no refunds, Smith.
We're playing hardball these days. Times are tough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 20 minutes to claim your refund.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's enough of festival previewing for this today. Thank you guys for coming on, hanging out. It's been very funny. No, Eat Defeat have tapes and t-shirts. You should buy them from the Summers and Eat
Please.
Defeat's web store, which is I've forgotten the name of.
Well, it's now it's endoftourstore.com is where you can get it from.
Is it live already?
It is, but it will be by the time
Okay,
this goes out.
Yeah, this won't be out for a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
cool. And go buy all the tickets from New Cross Inn to go see all the shows and all the shows all over the country, to be fair, because everyone needs your help. And we like going to gigs, and it sucks when they get cancelled, and it sucks when they're like poorly attended, because bands don't get as much money, venues don't get as much money, gigs stop happening. It's all a cycle. We need to put money into it. I know times are tough, but
And it's the most fun you can have. So
it is,
do that.
especially with all the nonsense that's going on in the world at the moment and how shit everything seems to be. That like 3 hours, 4 hours of a night out is just escapism, seeing your pals, seeing favorite bands. It's a reminder of nice times in this sort of sea of bleakness we're in.
It is. But Florida will be fun. Be nice to get away from all the shit over here.
I'm quite convinced Florida also has their own shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Florida's much worse, Paul.
But their stuff doesn't directly affect me, so therefore it's fine. Sorry, Florida.
That's the spirit. Yeah, Florida bands, join ACA. Paul cares about your place.
That's less a joke. They're not going to do it now. They're gone.
We just lost less than Jake at the New Cross Inn, so I'll give Roger a bell.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying, because Less Than Jake are over for Slam Dunk, and they're doing a Hella Rockview celebration thing.
Plus yellow card.
Please get that New
Very
Cross.
excited about yellow card.
So, all right. Anyway, I've got 2 minutes before this is going to just throw us out. So I'll say goodbye.
I will
for
now
listening.
start my 2-minute presentation about how much I love yellow card. 1. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see you in Florida. Are you coming down for Tilderfest?
Me, I'm going to be out with Joyce Manor.
Of course. Hopefully I'll bump into you at the Roundhouse.
I'll probably see you at Menzingers.
Yeah, and then Paul, I'll probably see you within the next couple of days, probably. Or when this comes out, see you on the plane.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe. All the things YouTube people say to do. Mostly share. I think share is the most important one. And
Share is pretty important. She left a large impact on all of our lives.
There's a reason that Believer's #1 for so long.
Do
share.
you believe in life after love?
Who knows? Well, let's finish on that question. Do you believe in life after love? Thanks for listening. Bye.